Welcome back to Always Learning, and what are we doing today? Today we are learning how to organize a fantasy draft, or how to prepare for your fantasy draft if you're doing fantasy football. Yes, this is Max's junior football helmet, and it does fit my little peanut head, but you got to get into the mindset. You got to get into the football mindset if you're going to have a good draft. But I'm going to walk you through how I set up my draft every year. Actually, it's how Dave Bush sets up his every year, but he didn't want to come on the channel, but he gave me full authority to share with you his system. What you do is you're basically going to print off sheets, shrink them down if you need to, and then you're going to lay them out to organize your draft. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need your printouts. You print out all your stuff. You don't necessarily need all the statistics. You maybe just need the names, what team they're on, and their bye week. That's all you kind of need to know. It'll have their rank over here. Then you're going to need a pair of scissors to cut them out, and you're going to need a glue stick to put them on. What I do is the only positions you're drafting for is quarterback, wide receiver, and running backs, a tight end if you have one. Some leagues don't require it, a defense, and a kicker. So I only really mostly have sheets on quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and then I have a top 150 with the stats is usually how I do it. This year I have the stats with the wide receivers, stats with the running backs, quarterbacks, but I really just look at the top 150 because if you're in a 12-man league and you're going 13 rounds, you're under 150 drafting players. And then I'll put like a little sheet over here of my hot sheet of maybe any kind of notes I want to do, or what rookies maybe I want to target late in the draft. But it just makes it really handy. There's great programs out there. They're about $35. This was actually a throwaway piece of cardboard, but there's plenty of programs out there you can get. I just hate going between screen and screen and screen, especially when you're on the clock or if there's Wi-Fi issues. I've just found it's relaxing. All I do is go through, and once a player's been picked, if he's a wide receiver, I cross him off on the wide receiver over here. Tells me what he is. I go over here and I cross him off on there. And I like just having all the screens laid out here in front of me. It just makes it easier for me to draft and more enjoyable. And whether you're sitting on the couch or whether you're at a table, and you can make these smaller. Like I said, you can move everything really tight if you want. It doesn't really hamper the draft, but this is how I've done it for about the last 5 years. I got this from Dave Bush, and it's really kind of made the draft enjoyable. So hope it helps you out. So like I said, here's how I have mine set up. I've got the top 150 set up from here to here on the board. Then you come up here, I've got my wide receivers running across. As you go across, I have quarterbacks, or kickers, tight ends, defenses, and then over here I have the running backs, and then my roster. It's kind of how I quickly set it up, but you can set it however you want. You don't necessarily need all the statistics. You mostly just need the player, their name, especially if you're a beginner, the player, the team they're on, and their bye week, so you don't get a lot of players on the same bye week, especially if you got two running backs and then you're going to have to sub out. You don't want your bench guy to have the same week as your other guy. So just little things, but all that's nuances. Just pick it and have fun. It's kind of a crapshoot most of the time anyway. Players get hurt, players get traded, things happen, quarterbacks go down, and then your receiver's not as good. So just have fun, draft. But this just makes it easier, like I said, because you can just simply move your eyes from the top 150, move your eyes up here, and then move your eyes here, move your eyes here, instead of changing screens. That's the big advantage of the board, in my opinion. So, well, I hope that helped you prepared for your draft and football season. Enjoy it. I hope everybody has a good season. Thanks for watching.